story here. So our first story here, we have a trailer that just came out for the movie Atypical Wednesday, which it's kind of spelled a little differently than I think you would think as you're hearing this, but it's atypical as in the word atypical Wednesday, which is a little clever, a little clever. Okay, it's a little clever. But let me give you guys the quick synopsis here. So this is about a young man who embarks on an adventure with another patient at his therapist's office, who he visits every Wednesday. This is directed by Jay Lee and is also written by Lee and also stars Lee. As well as Seth Green, Emmy Raver Lampman, and Cooper J. Friedman, and is due out. I think this is due out June 26th, but I couldn't necessarily find sources to actually confirm that. But I do believe that's the date in which this comes out. So yeah, you checked out the trailer. What'd you think?
I thought this looked funny. I mean, we've seen movies like this before, right? Where it's like, older man befriends a young kid and they go on this like journey. And then along the way, a lot of things happen.
Mm.
This one is a little bit interesting in that like now it's kind of like a role reversal, right? Usually you have some like older white guy rescuing some like young, black or Hispanic kid. Like the Sean William Scott movie, Big Daddy, what was the Sean William Scott movie where he was like,
Yeah, I think it's called Role
you
Models.
white, you Ben Affleck, role models.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he did that with what's his name? Paul, the dude who doesn't age. Damn, what's his name?
Uh, yeah, I don't know his name, but like
Damn.
he's like he looks like a kid, but he's like a grown man
Yeah, he played
actor.
Ant Man. Who's Ant Man?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Yeah, yeah. I think that was
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like the young kid in the show.
Oh no, 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 no. The I think Role Models also had Paul Rudd in it. Unless I'm
Okay,
mistaken.
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like again, we've seen this style of this movie before. This one just looks particularly interesting, different perspective. It seems like a lot of like quick, witty, funny situational humor. I liked it. This is I'm not sure where's this going to be on. I'm guessing this is going to go what streaming service,
Yeah, I
or
think
is this
it's
going to be VOD?
yeah, I think this is just VOD all around. Again, I was it wasn't, and I even went to so there's a production company, Gravitas Ventures, I believe is the name, that produced a movie, and I even went to their site to see if I can find out some particular information, and I just was in the wrong place, or I or I didn't do enough snooping around, but I couldn't see exactly like what the release information was on this. But I do believe it's just going to be released on demand, pretty much where all rentals can be found.
Cool.
But
Yeah, I'll definitely be checking for this.
yeah, and to be honest, I saw in some of the comments below the I think I checked out this trailer on YouTube, and I was looking at some of the comments below, and it was interesting to see that they were noting that like it felt like a lot of different sort of genres sort of mashed up, right? So it felt like it was kind of like a oh hey, like the older guy has like a little tag along kid that he's responsible for whatever reason, and then also this felt like a romantic comedy where he's kind of a player who can't settle down, and then on top of that it was it was like he's dealing with his girlfriend's ex. So it felt like a lot of different sort of things mashed up, and I saw some of that in the comments, of the trailer. But what was interesting about that is like I don't think people understand that movie. That's how movies like are, and I guess maybe it was a little jarring to see that in a trailer. So many things, sort of like so many different aspects of it mashed up into the trailer. But if you see a movie and it's got like one note, it's going to be rough watching that movie. Chances are, generally speaking, movies have more than a couple different sort of like genres in them. In order to mix up the flavor of what you're getting. If it's just like if you're just very heavily genre specific, that can get boring very fucking quickly. And so yeah, I just thought that was very interesting to see in the comment section below. But yeah, it looked like a interesting movie. And Jay Lee, who's the main character that you see there, he wrote and directed the film, and stars in it. And so yeah, I got to give some love to my man,
Yeah.
doing his thing, so I can't hate on him at all. And so yeah, definitely will be checking this out. And
And you got to respect the artists who do that. Like to write, direct, and star in the film, it takes like a lot of compartmentalization to like be in actor mode when you're in front of the camera, but to also direct like this the production of the film, right?
yeah,
And then like to write, but also be willing to like change your writing and ad lib and whatever and rewrite as you're filming.
yeah.
I got to respect like being able to divide and conquer all of those areas. So shout out to him.
Yeah, and it shows like a lot of clearly like a lot of talent, and I don't know much about
Yeah.
him. I don't know any of his previous work, but yeah, to do something like that, yeah, my kudos to him. With that being said, I think we will press forward here.